Wright, Board Member Tom Rogers, Board Member Thomas Smith, and Board Member Glenn Huseman. Is there anyone in attendance that wishes to remonstrate against any permit being heard today? I will show that there is not. All persons seeking a new permit or a transfer of ownership, please stand up to be sworn in. All those seeking a renewal after having received a violation, please stand up to be sworn in. Please raise your right hand. Do each you solemnly swear affirm under the penalty of perjury that the information contained on your application or any answers given to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yeah.
All right, you may be seated. We have 8 applicants on the agenda. I have the following permits listed as automatic. Automatic means there's not violations or reasons they're required to attend. Have the United Dairy Farmers, Lawrenceburg, BILMI Inc., Front Street in Lawrenceburg, Dearborn Liquor Group, Eads Parkway in Lawrenceburg, Wilma J. Davidson LLC, Lawrenceburg, and lastly, Kennett's Truck Stop Inc. 1, 2, 3, 5 automatic renewals. Is there a motion concerning the automatic renewals?
So moved.
I have a motion and I have a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Show the motion passed for nothing. I misspoke when I opened. I said 8 applicants. Should have said 7. All right. Next, I have a renewal of violation for the St. Leon Tavern, Inc., RR 1505979. There's somebody here for the St. Leon Tavern. And what's your name? And you're one of the owners, correct? Show you had a violation you paid January of 2025. Is that correct?
Yes.
And this is the first renewal you've had since that violation. Says employee without a permit, sales to minor and minor loitering. Was this a SAC violation? SAC violation is where the excise comes in and does the check. Okay. How much did that cost you? Do not recall.
I don't recall.
They're pretty standard. I could look it up. It ain't a big deal. You guys need to know the dollar amount.
I'm good.
Okay. Is this your first violation as the owners?
Yes.
Okay. I don't show anything in my system. How did you correct the violation? Did you guys have training, go over with your staff, anything like that?
Yes. We informed all of our staff to make sure they had copies of their cards with us. Like before the next time they worked. And then we also had our servers verify that they did the online server training.
Okay. And you understand it's your responsibility to make sure you have those records.
Yes.
Does the board have any questions?
No.
Is there a motion concerning the renewal of the permit? Have a motion. Do I have a second?
Second.
A motion and a second. All in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Opposed? Show the motion passed for nothing. All right. Get a hold of you. If you need anything from me, just give me a call. I think you called me. Yeah. Yeah, so no problem. So if you need anything from me, just let me know. Generally, I don't know what that requires, but I don't think you need a transfer for a stock transfer from, I think you just.
Probably make it a lot easier.
Yeah.
I know.
All right. You guys are good to go?
Thank you.
Yeah.
Good day.
Take care.
Lastly, I have a new permit. This is a Hilltop Development Group LLC, RR 1543629. This is a location pending. I'm assuming we bought this at an auction. Is that correct?
Well, yes and no. We bought it at an auction, and through a series of misunderstandings, the permit was never purchased. We didn't complete it, so we had to wait the 30 days. It came back up, and then we were able to get it. We had always intended to do it, and it was just simply we had bought 2, and I was under the impression that we had only bought 1.
For the record, what is your name?
Yeah, Mark Webb, Indianapolis, on behalf of Hilltop. And they will have a location in, Aurora. I believe they have it now. I think they're just signing paperwork. And they will have to come back before you again.
Is this the feed mill?
Yes. Yes, I believe that's where it's going. I think it's going right across the street.
Right.
There's 228 and there's 223. So I think this is 223. It's supposed to be the one that's essentially across the street from the feed mill. So that's my understanding.
This one they're doing the winery, or supposed to be a winery or something?
Well, I think they want that in the feed mill. They want to do a winery and a distillery in the feed mill. They're working on that, but they're not there yet. So, this would be for, restaurant. This is a restaurant permit. Oh, there he is. He'll be down here. All right, so, you'll have to, Adam, you'll have to raise your right hand. Be sworn in.
You solemnly swear or affirm under the penalty of perjury that the information contained on your application or any answers given to any questions asked by this board to be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Yes, sir.
And your name's Adam.
Adam Kenneth.
Kennett. Adam, they've asked questions about, ultimately, what's the plan here?
With which what? I'm
You
sorry.
okay? Just with this is the Aurora permit. This is the one,
For
that-
Acme,
I'm sorry?
for the feed mill?
Yes.
Okay,
So let them know what it is you have in mind.
so my dad bought the feed mill 20 years ago. And then my goal is to take it, and I think I showed you guys images of it, right? I'm taking this as a giant elephant, right? And I'm biting one section of the elephant off at a time. So if you're gonna have a restaurant, you gotta have parking. Last 2 years, we purchased the across the street from Tony Conley. And I bought that whole corner and that yellow house. I already owned the blue house. So then we were going to turn them into Airbnbs. And I got a notice to generate cash flow, right? For everything else that we're trying to do and try to accomplish. Then I got a notice from Jared Eubank saying that I can't do that. Well, then I had to go back to my other attorney, Bob Nice, and say, why can't I do that? It's a business, it's under the tax code for a business and the IRS. And so then we're in a legal battle now trying to figure out to generate cash flow for the rest of the project. It's a giant elephant, right? Last summer, I went and bought a brewery, still system up in Minnesota. Sent Mark the images. I've got an 8 pot distilling system and brewery system. So that way we can manufacture our beer and our liquor. So I'm trying to do this a little bit at a time through the process.
Are you gonna have to build buildings on those vacant lots?
No. So that's just for parking. That's
parking.
Yeah, so the thing is like Third and Main, they have a heck of a time. I talk to Matt Sweeney all the time with the parking situation, right? They're trying to cram that he's made the most out of that corner and then within that building and added more seats inside, but he doesn't have enough adequate parking. So when you do that, you want to make sure that you have adequate parking for that place.
So the restaurant's going in the feed mill.
Yeah, so it'll be a distillery.
It's not across the street.
No.
Okay.
So I'm having parking done and then I'm trying to generate cash flow for all this, right? I was gonna do Airbnbs and then that would support. The problem with Dearborn County that I see more than anything else is they're really heavy on DUIs. And so they're trying to keep everybody safe and that's a good thing, but there's not a lot of places to stay within Aurora, right? So if you're gonna attract people to come there and drink and give them a place to stay. So I even laid out Marty Ray's old building down there in or Gamble's to try to make that into a boutique hotel. I've got plans already done for it. So I'm trying to make this a destination. After I went to Madison 2 weeks ago and they have what I'm trying to do down there, they've had this Mad Tree Brewing, or not Mad Tree, it's Mad, it used to be Mad Hatter. They took an old feed mill and now it's a restaurant and brewery. And I'm trying to design the same kind of setup within Aurora. But it takes a lot of cash to do this, and I'm working on with Mark's wife, getting grants and doing all that as well. But I'm also trying to develop the truck stop down there, and I had to sue somebody down there because they didn't put in the pumps right. So that's $800,000 that I have to come up with if the judgment doesn't go my way. So I'm in the process of trying to make everything work. It's a lot. Sorry.
I mean, we're quick.
Yeah.
That's great.
So
Well, if there's no more questions, our motion concerning the
So
permit. Have a motion, and I have a second, all in favor? Aye, opposed? So the motion passed for nothing. All right,
Thank you so
we'll
much.
see you guys again soon.
Yes, we will see us soon. We will have, be in with a motion with an application for transfer of location shortly.
what about the Aurora store? Did you get him the information that he needs for that, for the food and beverage you asked for yesterday?
Oh, yeah, I got all that.
Okay,
That's all.
all right.
He didn't do that.
Okay,
I got all that. Okay, we're good. Thank you.
thank you.
I went to school, college with your dad.
Yeah, and Indiana State,
Yeah.
Yep.
Long, too many years ago.
yeah, so he thinks I'm nuts, but he was the one that went up to Minnesota with me and got that brewery system. We went all the way up there, we bought it off an auction, it was only used for a year.
Huh.
And it took a 26-foot Penske truck and he drove it all the way back from Minnesota when I took the.
Still got it.
Yeah, so he's doing really well and he's working with me. And then my uncle has been making beer for the past 25 years in cryo freezers. He's a scientist, he does cancer research. So he's got his own lab. So he's got all his samples of all the beer, the yeast cultures.
Wow.
So we're gonna pull from that to make all the beer and alcohol. And
Good
stuff.
luck.
So,
Yeah.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Thank you all so much.
Guys, I make a motion to adjourn the meeting,
So, seconded.
all in favor?
Aye.
Aye, we adjourn.